The bros are back in town.
The boys are back in town.
America's back, or at least it's on its way back. Masculinity is finally returning to America, my friends. After, really? 36 years? Ronald Reagan? That was the last time we had masculinity. A bro in charge of America. Yeah, he was a real dude, not that pussyfooting ex-CIA, low-life, pussbot, VP, George Bush Sr. What a joke that dude was. And then he only got 4 years. Of course, if you go back to the puss puff before him, Carter, with his little 4-year reign, preaching to us. And Carter was just like a lily-livered farm huckster who let the Iranian savages keep Americans hostage for more than a year, lets them off the hook instead of bombing those savages back into the times of Darius. And then, of course, you got Bill Clinton for 8 years. I mean, this guy was so effeminate and so full of himself. He also was like another in the long list of pussies. I mean, really, if you want to go back, America before Donald Trump and his team of Avengers, America has not really had a bro president. You could almost say Theodore Roosevelt, speak softly, carry a big stick. But it turns out he was a socialist also. And socialism is feminism. That's what it is. I'll get into that in another video. It's control. Women like to control. They don't like risk. They like for the government to be in charge, an umbrella organization. But I'll get into that another day. But so Teddy Roosevelt, he despite what he did in Cuba, he was a so-called anti-monopolist. So he was against business. He was against the private marketplace. So to get a real bro before Donald Trump and his team of bros, you'd have to go all the way back to Andrew Jackson. Now that was a badass son of a bitch right there. He caught a bullet in a duel. The bullet was never taken out. I mean, and I think he beat some son of a bitch for giving him lip, properly so. Who knows? Who cares? But yeah, he did some bad things, obviously, with the Indians and other things. But he was a dude, And I'm just not sure there have been any dudes, including Washington, just a little bit too much elegance there with Washington. And even though he was, in charge, and God bless him, I'm glad we had him, and Jefferson, obviously, those guys. But I mean, really, after Clinton, we get the urban cowboy. You can't even call George W. a cowboy. He was a frat boy. I'm from Texas. I'm ashamed to say that boy is from Texas, because he ends up being a socialist himself. What he did with the whole prescription stuff, that's socialism. And then kissing up on the Obamas? Please. The dude was a leftist in GOP clothing. He was a rhino before the name became popular. He was a pussy. And then the anorexic, out of frickin' space, Marxist Chicago machine, race baiting, anorexic motherfucker who came after him? Obama? Seriously. Who crawled in on the coattails of guilt in America? Guilt over what? Some shit that our forefathers did 150 years previous? Really? We're supposed to feel guilty about that shit? It was bad. It was nasty. Shouldn't have happened. 650,000 Americans lost their lives in that fucking war. and Lincoln's War. I'll get to that in another video also. But at least after Obama, America finally got an alpha president, a bro, in charge. What's a bro? A bro is a dude who acts like a dude. He says what's on his mind. It's masculinity. It's testosterone. It's a man. You say what's on your mind. You don't give a shit what anybody thinks about what you say because it's the truth. And yeah, you know, you try to be fair. You try to be honest. A bro does that. But the fact is, you speak your mind. You call a spade. You call a leftist a leftist. You call the so-called news media the fake news media. You know? Because those things are what they are. And Trump did that. Dude, I mean, freaking brass balls hanging down. But he was sort of alone in 2016. I voted for him. I voted for him all 3 times that he won. He's the only president outside of Roosevelt who won 3 times. Franklin Roosevelt, that son of a bitch. I'll get to him on another day also. One of the biggest socialists this country has ever had. One of the biggest ruiners of America. One of the biggest feminine presidents we've ever had. And that is not a good thing. Another video on that also. But anyway, so we got the bros. And the thing with a bro, my bros, and me, we're all alphas. We talk shit to each other. You know, that's what bros do. We love each other. There's no dominance going on. That's what the left does. The left are tyrants. That's why they don't like free speech. But with true bros, true guys, true dudes, dudes love talk, man. They love smack. They smack at each other. You know, they talk smack. But Trump has surrounded himself with bros. Now, there are alpha major bros, and then there are sort of your second tier cool bros. So the alpha bros in Trump's circle are, without a doubt, the freaking most amazing dude of the last century, Elon Musk.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself.
Talks smack. Has been doing it. What he did with Twitter. His freaking, what's he got? 6 successful companies now? I mean, the guy's just another video on him as well. Several videos on him. He is, frankly, one of my heroes of the last 40 years of my life. Amazing dude, but he's a bro. Outright, talk smack. He's got so much. He's got more. Trump is funny. That's another thing about bros. Bros are funny because they don't take shit seriously. That's why women aren't funny, because they take shit too seriously. Guys don't. Real guys don't. So, yeah. So Elon Musk is one of the major bros. Another major bro, Joe Rogan. Of course, he's kind of late to the party, but the dude's always been a bro. You know, it just so happens he's one of the Trump bros now, or Trump is one of his bros, however you want to fucking put it, because there's no scale on the bros. You know, they're all alphas. The major ones, they're all alphas. And then, of course, Dana White, bro, alpha bro. So you got Dana, Joe, Elon, and Donald Trump, DJ Trump. Those 4, and I guess maybe you could include RFK Jr. in that. I'm kind of iffy on that. I'm not sure he's a bro. He just takes shit so seriously. Doesn't really have a great sense of humor. So I'm kind of thinking maybe he's a second tier bro, but he's still a bro. Acts like a dude, talks like a dude, takes his shirt off like a dude, shows his body. So maybe he's like right there at the edge of alpha bro, major bro. But the fact is he is one. And part of this administration, part of this bro stream that is coming back to America, because America is a bro country. It's the only one in the history of the world. America is the bro country, the dude country, the freedom country, because freedom is masculinity. The two go hand in hand. Alpha men want everybody to be free because they want to be free. It's a big thing. And I'll expand on that in another video as well. So then you got the second tier bros. And in that, I include Vivek, Tulsi. She's a female bro. Badass chick. And then, God, who else? Who else is on that team? His chief of staff, that lady, so sorry, I can't remember her name. She's kind of a bro, but she's kind of in the shadows, bro, but she's a badass. And this new lady he's just picked, is her name Pam? The blonde, Bondi, I believe is her name. She's a badass bitch. Damn. She's got broness in her also. But the thing about the major bros, the alpha bros, they can never be women. Women cannot be complete, total bros, because when bros get together, the smack is fast and furious. And women don't operate that way. Nothing against them. I love women. I love the sensitivity. I love the femininity. My God, yes. What would the world be without that gorgeousness? And even the major tomboys in my life, like Tulsi and Bondi and McEnany, I believe is the spokesman. Anyway, and several others. Megan, I mean, they got some tomboy in them, which is broness. And it's so freaking amazing. But the fact is that it is now brodom. What are they calling it now? That new word they got, Broligarchy. It's a fucking Broligarchy. Oh my God, that's just so fucking great, man. We got a Broligarchy. It's my new favorite portmanteau. In charge of America. We're back. We are back. And it's about fucking time. And I can't wait to see what happens. The cleansing. The elimination. That's my kitty, Pickle. What's up, baby? The elimination of the deep state. I mean, that's a euphemism if you ever need one. It's not even a swamp. It's a rat-infested swarm of people-eating vermin is what it is. But anyway, the bros are going to take care of that shit. Yes, they are. So anyway, that's what I want to say. I'm going to say we're back. The bros are back. Been putting up with all this bullshit, mysticism, transgender, men pretending that they're women, that the Earth's temperature, that we should give a shit about it, even if it were true, which it's not. The whole anthropogenic global warming, fuck, it's all bullshit. Yes, it's a scam. Anyway, the bros are going to handle all of this like bros do. And that is it true? If it's true, okay. If it's not, we call a spade a spade. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my life. Get the fuck out of America. And there it is. So anyway, the bros are back in town.